Welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. And watch your step on the moving walkway because we're taking you park to park to prepare you for your next visit. Let's Discover Universal.
What's up, everybody? I'm David, and if you're listening, you're in the Splash Zone.
And I'm Kari, and I like to wear a suit to work. A swimsuit!
Why would you do that, Kari?
Because today we're riding the water rides at Universal Islands of Adventure.
Yeah!
I'm really excited.
I am so excited. These are some of my favorite rides.
Absolutely.
That I don't necessarily ride all the time.
Because
they're very splashy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They take some preparation, some forethought. You got to make sure you're wearing the right thing. But here's what we can guarantee.
You will get wet. That's right. This episode all about Universal Islands of Adventure water rides.
We got 3 rides we're going to experience today.
That is true.
The Jurassic Park River Adventure.
One of my favorites.
Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges.
That's Popeye.
That was really good.
Thank you.
And Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls.
Dudley to right.
Wow. Coming in clutch.
That's the narrator. I'm going to do the narrator voice a lot today.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Coming in clutch with the character voices today.
2 classic cartoons and those 2 attractions living in our Toon Lagoon section. And then, of course, Jurassic Park River Adventure over there in Jurassic Park as well.
Now, like we said, you will get wet, but there's varying degrees of splashiness.
And we're going to find out about that today.
We're really excited.
We're not talking Universal's Volcano Bay.
Nope.
If you want to know about those water rides, listen to that episode.
That's true.
We're in Universal Islands of Adventure only today.
Yes.
Yes. Kari, I'm most excited about today because I have to admit, these are rides that I don't necessarily ride every time I'm at the park.
I would agree. Same.
Because of the splashiness.
Yes.
Not because of the quality of the ride, because I honestly think these are some of the most fun rides in the park.
I think they're some of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you're not riding these rides, you
can watch people
people have a lot of fun. So this is also...
And you can splash people while they're on the ride.
This is also a spectator sport as well for those of you who maybe don't have the thrill of the water ride in you. You can watch people experience it as well. There's a lot to see, a lot to get on with. David, did you wear your swimsuit?
I need to change before we head over there.
Oh, come on, man.
Listen, maybe I should do it just in my normal clothes. Just like...
Maybe that's what we need to do.
This is the true park experience.
That's true.
Not everybody comes like prepared to go on water rides.
And that's okay too.
That's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, if you are happy to just evaporate all the splashiness off of you on a hot day, you can do that as well.
Carry the water along with you.
Sure.
On a nice hot day. It may feel great on a nice hot day.
In fact, David and I are going to have a competition today.
It's true.
We're going to see who gets the most splashes on these 3 water rides combined.
Is that the winner or the loser who gets the most
You
splashes?
decide.
We'll decide.
The bet is if you get the most splashes,
okay,
the other one has to buy you a turn in the people dryer.
The people dryer.
Yes.
I love those things.
That's a VIP tip. We're going to get into that later as well. But first, before we talk about these things, we got to experience them.
If you want to play along at home, fill up a water bottle, fill up a spray bottle. While we're talking, you can
listen to this in the shower, baby. Imagine that you're with us on these water rides. We're going to come back after we ride them. We're going to talk to you about where they're located, some of the nuts and bolts, and
what
some of our tips.
What happens on these things?
Yes, yeah. I'm sure we're going to be full of anecdotes and experiences. So, David, shall we?
Let's get soaked. Oh, fully over the sides. How far are we going? Ah! Oh no! That was oh no, my legs! Oh, so wet. Thanks for blocking that way for me, Kari. Oh my god. Splash.
Wow. We did make it back to the studio.
We did. We've dried off. We've changed.
That was quite a morning.
Yeah, that's one way to spend a day. That was a lot of fun.
We made our way.
That was one of the most fun days we've had.
Over to Universal Islands of Adventure and to Toon Lagoon, where we first enjoyed Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges, followed immediately by Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls for the first part of our morning. And
in case we weren't wet enough after the first one.
Listen, I honestly do not think I've ever laughed so hard on an attraction before, ever.
It was so much fun.
So
we're talking about Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges.
That's right. The riding party consisted of David and myself,
Yep.
executive producer Michelle, one of our interns, Christina, and our sound engineer, Art. 3 of us did bring a change of clothes and 2 didn't. Which is partially why it was so funny. David, why don't you walk us through our excitement at Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barge?
Oh my goodness. It's such a cool ride.
It's so fun.
So this is like a round raft ride. There's actually there's 12 seats on each raft, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Can take the whole family.
It's definitely one for the whole family. In fact, all of the ones we're talking about today are great for the
family adventures for sure.
It's a really cool queue. You're going through the world of Popeye. You're seeing into their life. I mean, you have his boat there, the Olive, right? Named after olive oil.
The Olive. I did my best, Popeye.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That was pretty good. But yeah, so once you get on, it's a really cool way to like board. There's like this rotating platform and you walk out and you get in your raft.
Yeah.
Put a seatbelt on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like, do you know what it felt like? We were like sitting on a roulette wheel. And we were like, I don't know where we're going to sit.
Like you're gambling.
Well, it is because the way the ride works is there's a lot of water effects and there's a lot of water spraying.
Yes.
And it's sort of luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to get wet. Some people are going to get very wet.
Today, I would venture to guess that all 5 of us
we all got very wet.
Very wet. Yes.
But there was one feature.
Okay.
It was just like this water spout, and it was just unabashed. It wasn't even subtle. It wasn't a little sprinkle of water.
No, it looked like a geyser.
A gushing water spout. And it came straight across the boat and got Christina, and then it got Michelle just full on in the face.
I can't stop laughing. It's so funny. Oh, it was so funny.
Carrie could not stop laughing. I think that was it, right? Once that happened, Carrie couldn't stop laughing the entire ride.
Do we have some audio of this?
Yeah.
Art, do we have some audio? Yeah. Play that audio real quick.
Michelle is fully soaked. Art's doing great. Art so far so good. What are you saying? Oh no. Oh no, there's a big geyser above us. Oh, we're getting it completely twisted.
Yeah. So as you hear, clearly, this was so much fun.
Yeah. Okay. So what we discovered, first of all, super cool ride.
Yeah.
You're going through, there's all these rapids. Obviously, the ride itself is such a blast. Just the movement, the spinning of the raft.
Yep.
But you're going through all these scenes and you're seeing the characters and you're seeing little Sweet Pea crawling around and he's trying to get the spinach for Popeye so he can, save the day and beat up Bluto. And side fact, by the way, my grandma used to call me Sweet Pea growing up. That's why I was a little Sweet Pea. I think I had like a shirt or something. Yeah.
That's adorable.
So, that was me crawling around.
Did you eat your spinach?
I sure did, so I can be big and strong.
Good job. You're smart.
But the scenes are so cool. There's a giant octopus at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You're going through boats. You're going up a boat wash.
Yeah.
With all the brushes spinning and mop spinning and water spraying everywhere.
Yes.
It was cool.
You are trying to save Popeye's best gal olive oil from that 18-foot octopus.
Yeah, I'm gonna save you from that octopus. We're gonna get really splashed while we do it.
We were talking about a lot of the water effects. Obviously, white water rapids, like all throughout the track, the path,
the river.
Yes, the river. I suppose that your barge is on. But there's a lot of overhead water effects.
Oh my gosh. There's water everywhere.
Yes, those geysers that we were talking about. There's
waterfalls. There's water spouts.
There are cannons, water cannons that other guests can purchase water splashes to like foil you.
Just to get you, if you weren't wet enough, just
Absolutely.
to get you extra wet. It's that, you know what it is? And I had this experience on the ride too. I think we had so much fun on this one because we were looking at each other and we were seeing each other. And like, it's fun when you get splashed. It's even more fun when you see your friends and your family get splashed.
Absolutely.
And get just dunked on and just
doused.
Oh my gosh. It was so funny. It's that feeling of like, watching other people get wet gives you joy.
Oh, so much. It's that Schadenfreude.
Exactly.
Right? Yes. Let's give some nuts and bolts before we give our splash factor, our rating.
Okay.
First of all, you have to be at least 42 inches to enjoy this attraction. If you are under 48 inches, you do have to have a supervising companion. Like David said, this is a 12-person barge or raft, so you can ride with a larger group. There is express pass and child swap available.
Oh, yeah.
So take advantage of that.
Child swap / I don't want to get soaked swap.
Yes. This is ideal for some bag holders, if you want to. There are lockers available for purchase. So if you do have a bag holder in the family, bonus. Very cool.
So there is a kind of receptacle in the middle of the barge, and there's like a plastic kind of cover that everyone can kind of pull over the top to try to keep things a little more dry.
Yeah.
I would say if you 100% it needs to be dry, I would probably hand it to someone who's not riding or I would rent the locker.
Yes.
They have both small and large size lockers available for a fee near the ride. So
you are allowed to bring your personal items if you wish, but do you dare?
Be warned.
All right, it's time for a splash factor. Out of 5 splashes,
Okay.
what do you give Popeye and Bluto's Built-Rat Barges, David?
It's hard not to give it a 5.
I agree.
The water comes rushing over the sides.
Yes, and from above.
Back, butt, legs, feet, everything's soaked. I will say, I will give this one can I do 4.25? Because I was pretty soaked. I did not get the full-on water spout that Michelle got.
Yeah, the shower that Michelle took. That's fair.
I want to know how many gallons that was in the seconds that we were going under that she got doused by. So yeah. So I will say this is very wet to extremely wet.
I would agree.
4 to 5. You're not coming out of it unscathed. That's
Agreed.
for sure.
I personally would say I got a 5 out of 5 splashes on this one.
Yeah.
There was a moment that I looked down at my lap and there was quite literally a pool of water in my lap forming on top of my dress. So I was pretty soaked to the bone, pretty much.
And so much fun.
Such a blast.
Oh my goodness.
Fully wringing myself out after that one. But we went to the other side of Toon Lagoon.
Right.
And we experienced Dudley Do-Right Ripsaw Falls. Let's move on to this attraction.
Another super fun one.
This one was hilarious as well.
I love the themes of both of these. I mean, these are classic cartoons.
Oh, so good.
I remember, seeing these growing up. And Dudley Do-Right is the Canadian Mountie, right?
Yep.
And it's these super melodramatic cartoons where he has to save the damsel in distress from the evil Snidely Whiplash. And he's always tying people up and leaving them on train tracks. I don't know why that's his go-to move, but
it's
everyone
dastardly.
gets tied up on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Even
Except
Dudley
you,
Do-Right.
thankfully. Yeah.
Right. Well, you as the guest, you are volunteer Mounties. You are honorary volunteer Mounties. But then trouble brews.
Oh, no.
You got to get out of it somehow. And you know how you get out of it? A 75-foot drop straight down kablooey.
Oof.
Yes. And I do have to say, you hear 75 feet and you're like, oh, that's
It's a lot.
It's a lot of feet. But you're like, oh, it's managed. It's not as many feet as a lot of our larger thrill ride attractions. But this drop, to me, felt very thrill ride. Yes,
it's
definitely.
Fast. It's very steep.
For sure.
Tons of fun. So this one is a sort of a log flume type ride.
Yes.
You're sitting in a vehicle. It's a boat, kind of like a log raft.
Yep.
Actually fits 5 people in this one.
It does.
I was surprised at that one. I wasn't expecting 5 people. So our entire party got to ride together, which was really fun.
That was great. Again, it was David and myself, executive producer Michelle, Christina, and our sound engineer Art.
It's straight in line too, I should say. So one behind the other.
Yeah, single file.
So we were all single file, ready for this adventure. The first room is really cool because you're in a theater and you can see the classic cartoon on the screen and it's telling the story, and then you go right basically under the screen, through the screen, and the first scene's all black and white and everything, which is really cool. It makes you feel like you're in the cartoon.
It's like you're watching the cartoon and then the rest of it is you're experiencing the cartoon.
Living it.
Yes. With the characters. And this one was surprising because there are multiple drops and multiple heights, multiple lifts.
Yeah.
So it's
don't know what to expect.
Yes, this one always keeps you guessing.
Lots of twists and turns.
Kept me guessing.
The scenes were really fun. There's a lot of funny jokes and gags and stuff there.
Yeah. A lot of puns.
And then you get to that drop at the end.
All right.
Oh, I will say, so we got splashed a lot. We're talking water rides today.
For sure.
So, every turn, it sloshed around and splashed us. Every time we went down one of the little hills, water comes rushing over the sides of the raft.
If you are petrified of the dark, I would say there's a certain
was a dark
portion
scene.
of this
I forgot about
attraction
that.
that is quite a surprise.
That was exciting.
And you experience a lot without the luxury of seeing it.
So some very fun surprises and twists and turns. And then, of course, you get to the last big drop. You go all the way up and all the way back down.
Amazing view.
Oh, beautiful.
As you're coming out.
For the moment that you get to enjoy it.
Gorgeous. Yes. The moment that you're like
You can
not
see all of
going
Universal Islands of Adventure.
Yes.
All the
And
islands.
you can see the guests on the bridge of Toon Lagoon also watching you.
Spectating.
Because I would have to say Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls is something of a spectator sport as well.
Absolutely.
The main attraction there.
It's very scenic, very
awesome.
picturesque.
Yep.
And so you go down that drop, this big drop.
Yeah.
And then it's cool because at the bottom it kind of like valleys out and you do like a little hill too. It's almost like a little roller coaster moment.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is. Let's talk about how wet we got on this one.
Somehow, I don't know how, after Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges, I don't know how a person could be more wet. And somehow, Dudley Do-Right Ripsaw Falls delivered.
Yeah.
It was more wet.
Very much so.
That one for me is a solid 5 out of 5 splashes. You are soaked.
I'm giving this 7 out of 5. This was intense. I mean, like water, like all in my hair, like it went like all in my face, in my eyes, like, and I was sitting in the front of the log. So
right. And I was right behind you.
Now, David, I feel like you made a prediction earlier that you were like, oh, the person in the front row doesn't normally get the water because it might go over you.
That's my theory for a different one.
Oh.
That's my theory for a different attraction.
Okay,
we'll get to that one in a moment.
I'll hold off.
No,
Fair
this
enough.
one was nice because you got it in the face.
Yeah, I did.
And I didn't because I was right behind you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, David.
There was definitely a moment where I was like, oh, I'm, because the thing is it pours over the sides.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I will say, whereas on the barges, it's luck of the draw if you're spinning the wrong way.
Yeah.
This one, I think down the row, all of us had the exact same experience of how wet we were.
Yes.
The water pouring over the sides of the boat. It's a lot more fun than it sounds.
Yeah. You can't spin away from this one. You're
soaked.
For sure.
And honestly, again, so much fun.
Great.
This is not a bad thing. This is fully intending to go in this and get soaked and have a good time. It was a blast.
Ding, ding.
It was so much fun.
Here are some need to knows. There is express pass and child swap available. You do have to be at least 44 inches to enjoy this attraction. If you're under 48 inches, remember you do need that supervising companion. It is ride vehicles of 5 people in single file.
They look like logs.
Yes, you are sitting down. There's a lap bar that a team member is going to help you make sure is nice and secure. And remember, there is that 75-foot drop.
Oh, and there's a picture too. They took a picture of
yes,
us.
that's very good. You can purchase a souvenir photo to commemorate your experience.
Again, you can bring most bags on this attraction. You're probably going to want to rent one of those lockers that are available for purchase. Again, the small and the large size lockers, or hand them to a non-rider because they will get wet.
For sure.
They will get wet.
Yes.
One of the cool things on this, and you'll see it from the bridge, is once you get up to the top, there's actually 2 different tracks.
Yes.
It's more or less the same, but there's kind of a little a switch divider that'll send you down one of the others, which is just kind of cool. It's just kind of unique.
Very cool.
And then you'll come out. And of course, again, we got the water sprayers, the guest activated water sprayers up on the bridge, which we did. Conveniently enough, take credit cards. That's great.
Yes.
Gone are the days of coin operated
There
water
you go.
sprayers.
We are
We're in
moving
the future, baby.
Yes. And it is honestly
we sprayed.
such a blast to look over that
so
bridge.
Mean. So mean.
But
it's cool. So there's a bunch of different ones, and they're numbered, so they tell you which sprayer you're spraying.
Yes.
And like I said, there's kind of the 2 tracks. So some are pointed over the track, and some are pointed in.
Yep.
Some were like a water jet. Some was like a mist.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
You had a good time with that.
I had a great time with that.
Yes.
I would love to see one day. I don't know. Maybe go down the road and activate every single one.
Someday.
Because there was like 9 different jets. Like, can you imagine if every single one had somebody? Those poor people.
Get it? Oh, that would be so beautiful.
But we sprayed them.
They're wet anyway. Might as well give them extra water, extra hydration.
At that point, we were very soaked.
Yes.
And we tried one of these newfangled contraptions I'd never used before, but they have people dryers.
Oh, I had so much fun in the people dryer. This was one of my favorite attractions today.
Yeah, they have them next to each of our water rides. They have them next to Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges. They have them at the exit of Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. And they do have one at the exit of Jurassic Park River Adventure, which we will talk about in a moment. But we
we all piled in.
It was a blast.
5 of us.
It was so fun.
Having a party in the people dryer.
It was nice and warm.
It is cool.
Nice and cozy.
There's like some warm lights. There's some warm air. It blows. I'd never done it before. I've never used one.
It
And
is
was
not
fun.
technically an attraction, but it was one of my favorite parts of the day.
It's an attraction just to see
It is.
people piling into these things. People trying to dry their shirts and everything. I don't know. It was fairly effective.
It was great.
I felt a lot more dry after, and I felt a lot warmer. It was
I
very
agree.
nice.
My jacket was nice and cozy.
One of our friends told us that, like, on a cold day in the winter, they just saw people going in there just to warm up.
Hey, that's a good idea.
There's a pro tip for you.
When it is available, there you go.
There you
There's
go.
another VIP tip. And then we made our way over to Jurassic Park.
Yes. We journeyed out of Toon Lagoon.
Yes, we did.
We said goodbye. I did play in the splash pad on the way out.
Yes, you
I was
did.
already wet. I might as well play in the splash pad next to the Toon Lagoon sign.
Good idea for the little ones or bigger
Big
ones
guys.
if you want to. Anybody can enjoy the splash pad there, but that's right at the entrance or exit, I suppose, depending on which way you were going in Toon Lagoon. So we made our way past that to the Jurassic Park River Adventure. Obviously, we know I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan.
We've talked about this attraction on the podcast many times.
Many times. This is, I would say, in terms of water rides,
Yes.
for my money, definitely the least soaking
Absolutely.
water ride.
This one is not about getting you soaked.
Yes.
It's just a boat ride that you happen to
It
get
is a
wet
boat ride. Yes.
sometimes.
You
Yes.
you will get wet for sure. I would say not soaked, but let's walk them through Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Well, time, the ever-flowing river. Journey back to the day of the dinosaurs.
David, your voiceover
Did I go back
is
too far?
always on point.
Did I go back
yeah,
too far?
thanks for going back to the Jurassic period.
I can't get on that ride without quoting that line.
It's so good.
It's fun. You get on a raft. You're going through Jurassic Park. There's a really cool diorama when you first enter the queue.
Yeah.
And it's showing like the island of Jurassic Park and where the river adventure is going.
Mm-hmm.
But you're on a wonderful, peaceful boat ride, seeing all the nice, peaceful, relaxing dinosaurs. And then
Yes.
something goes horribly wrong.
oh my gosh.
And you get knocked off course.
That never
and-
happens in Jurassic Park.
I know. Who could have thought?
I know.
And then you have to make a daring escape.
You must.
Out of the, what is it, like the water treatment system or something? I don't know how they set it up, but you make a daring escape down this time an 85-foot drop
Bam, baby.
to escape the dinosaurs.
Woo!
Look at that! So we go from a 75-foot to an 85-foot drop here at
Yeah.
Jurassic Park River Adventure,
Yeah.
and this one has a giant T-Rex above you.
Like
You're doing
face
that
to
drop.
face with this giant T-Rex.
Oh my goodness!
It's something else.
And don't forget the Dilophosauruses.
Say it again.
The spitters.
There it is. Dilophosaurus.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yes. And the Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus.
That's another water effect at the beginning. Again, a peaceful herbivore,
Yeah.
but spring water. A mischievous herbivore.
Mischievous.
That's right.
So, nice big drop on this one. Very fun.
For sure.
And a good spray at the end. So this one is a very different orientation of the vehicle, of
Yes,
the boat.
yes.
And that is probably why you don't get nearly as wet on this one. So,
It takes several more people.
Yeah, what are the nuts and bolts on this one then?
This one, you have to be at least 42 inches to ride. Again, under 48 inches with that supervising companion. Express Pass and Child Swap, again, is available. There is that 85-foot drop. 1.5 million gallons of water are using this ride. This thing is ginormous. When it was built, the 85-foot plunge was the largest theme park water descent ever constructed.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Wow.
this is thrilling.
Well, luckily
Thrill
those
attraction.
1.5 million gallons aren't going on us.
They are not all of the
But
gallons
they
at
are
once.
splashing around.
Yes, they are.
So these are much larger boats. It actually fits 25 people. So 5 by 5.
It's a lot of people.
So whole
So
family
the
can get on.
splashiness is maybe spread out.
Spaced out.
Yes.
In fact, that brings up a very interesting debate.
Yes.
I feel like you mentioned it before, but I feel like everyone has their theories
Okay.
on where's the best place to sit,
Oh, yes.
best/worst place to sit
What
for
would be
splashing.
What would be your theory for
I
Jurassic
have
Park?
a theory on Jurassic Park that I think, and you think I'm crazy, and this is totally in my opinion zone.
Okay.
Where I think that the water kind of skips over the front and like hits more in like the second and third rows.
That
I
makes
think
sense.
it does. In my opinion. Because when the water comes down, it like cascades, this big cascade of water when
Yeah.
the boat comes down. And so I think on the ends you definitely get more wet. And I think kind of in the middle it like kind of skips over and splashes people.
That is fair. And I would
Could be
agree.
wrong. Could be crazy.
I've seen that. In my opinion, wherever I sit is where the most water comes into the boat. I could be the last person in the back row or the first person on the front left. And no matter what, somehow the water is magnetized to me.
Carry seeking water. I don't know
I
how
don't
that
know.
works.
I don't know. Must
That's
be
amazing.
dehydrated.
Well, I'll tell you what. Try out your own theories on
Yes.
your own. Ride it a bunch of times. Sit in all different places. For sure, though, I don't know what's our splash rating on this one.
I would give this one like fun factor splash rating.
Oh, yeah,
Like
so much fun.
10 out of 5. Like water factor splash
We're
rating.
talking how soaked are we getting?
I'd say like a 2 or 3 out of 5.
I'd agree. I don't want to say a 1 to 2.
Okay.
I've had times, and probably sitting in the very back row, I've had times where you pretty much just get spritzed and your shoulders and your face are wet, but they dry in the sun.
A nice misting.
I will
light
say
misting.
we cannot claim that you will not possibly get soaked because you possibly could.
That is true. There's always a
we
chance.
don't know how unlucky you are.
Correct. Or lucky, depending on your definition.
But I would say Jurassic Park River Adventure is one that I ride just like on a normal day out in the park.
Absolutely.
It does not make me feel like I'm going to be soaked for the rest of the day.
But you might.
But you might.
It's a great time. No matter what, it's fully worth it as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and so speaking of being soaked for the rest of the day, we kind of hinted towards like maybe there's a way to kind of strategize these water rides.
Yeah, we have some VIP tips that we've come up with that might help you enjoy the excitement of water rides even more if you prepare ahead of time.
Yeah. I would say, in my opinion, Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges, Dudley Do Ride's Ripsaw Falls, and I'm just saying the rides you get soaked on.
Yes.
They are some of the most fun rides that we have here at the parks.
Totally agreed.
They are so worth riding.
Well, let's say they're worth riding for many reasons and not just because you get soaked.
Oh,
Number
no,
one,
they're a blast. Yeah,
you can ride them with a bigger group.
that's true.
You know, Dudley Do Ride's Ripsaw Falls seats 5 people per ride vehicle, and Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges seats 12. Jurassic Park River Adventure seats 25. You can go with a big group, and like David said, it's a lot of fun to see your family
everyone else getting splashed.
get totally soaked. So that is a really cool benefit of these rides.
I personally, if I know I'm going to want to ride the water rides, like I'll come and I'll wear, if not a bathing suit, I'll wear like some, like kind of like the water
Like board shorts.
wicking
or,
material. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah.
lighter materials
Yeah.
that you know are going to dry pretty quickly. Again, if you're coming here in the heat of the summer, this may not be a problem at all. This
Yeah.
may be like, let's get cooled off.
There you go.
And you will dry off in the sun just fine.
Very
You know
quickly.
what it is for me? It's the squishy socks.
Oh.
That's the worst thing for me. I'll be wet everywhere. My squishy socks.
You know what? David's socks are not even required.
I saw people taking off their socks.
Yeah.
We should say you are required to wear shirts and shoes.
Definitely.
Those are required. There are posted signs.
Yes.
Yeah, you're also required to wear pants, but that one's a given. That one's assumed. They don't spell that one out on the signs.
I would say
Executive producer Michelle wanted me to clarify that you do also have to wear pants, but there
But
are
do
signs.
you? Did the signs even say?
There are signs. that
Because
say-
I didn't wear pants today. I wore a
you
dress.
wear a dress. Appropriate
A garment.
clothing and garments are required.
David, I know you don't like having wet socks.
I don't like squishy socks,
But,
Carrie.
good
I love
news.
water rides. I hate squishy socks. What do I do?
Good news. You are not required to wear socks. You are required to wear shoes,
Yes.
but you can wear waterproof shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great VIP tip.
That's very smart.
Yes.
So today, and again, we kind of planned on what we were doing today. I
Yes.
wore those stylish plastic shoes with the holes in them that everyone
Oh,
loves.
yes. Love those.
Which I see a lot of people actually love those style of shoes for park shoes.
If they're comfy,
regardless.
They're comfy.
But for today,
Yeah.
they dried quickly.
Great.
They were great.
I wore waterproof flip-flops. It was great.
Perfect.
Easy. That's a great VIP tip. So remember, if you do want to experience the water rides and you want to have waterproof shoes, there you go.
Appropriate footwear.
And you can bring a change of clothes if you want to be extra prepared.
Yes.
If you want to bring a towel, if you want to bring, extra undergarments or whatever to make sure that you are nice and comfy throughout the day.
Do you know what my favorite kind of in a perfect world, in an
Yes.
ideal world?
Yes.
What I love to do, and I've done on many occasions, is if I'm having a little staycation
Yeah.
at our amazing hotels,
Good idea.
I'll sort of plan for it. I will maybe come to the park. I'll bring less stuff.
Yeah.
I'll only bring maybe my phone and my IDs and cards, whatever I need.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm not carrying a big bag that I'm worried about getting wet. I will wear either just straight up a bathing suit or, like golf shorts or, those materials that are
Like
easy to
moisture
dry.
wicking. Yeah.
Yeah. Lighter shirts, stuff like that. Sort of stuff that I know I'm going to go get wet.
Yeah.
And I will make it my mission. I'm like, today I am riding those water rides
Boom.
that I am going to go get soaked on and have an absolute blast on. Or maybe, if you're staying at a hotel, you kind of plan, okay, I'm riding a bunch of rides, doing a bunch of stuff, then I'll go ride the water rides, get soaked, and then maybe I head back to the hotel,
For a
have
nice
a little
break.
midday, rest, relaxation, take a shower, take a change, take a nap, whatever I want to do.
Yes.
And maybe I head straight to the pool. I'm already wet.
You're wet anyway. Give it a shot. No, that's actually a great VIP tip. Staying at a hotel.
Yes.
It's near our water rides is a great way to kind of have a little home base.
And I want to give a loving shout out to the families we see out there on the hot summer days that they just do it. They're riding. They go and they ride those rides and they come out soaked.
Riding and drying.
And they have a great time.
Yes.
Maybe it's a mindset.
For those of
Being
you,
soaked
yes,
is a mindset.
It is. It's a state of mind. Just enjoy it.
We're here. We're on vacation. We're at this amazing park. We're having a blast with our family and friends. You know what? Let's just enjoy it.
Absolutely. And something that helps with that, if you want to ride during the hottest part of the day, maybe take a look at the weather. Sometimes in that late afternoon, the sun is beaten down and there's nothing more refreshing than that water ride. And you don't mind walking around being a little bit soaked.
It was refreshing.
Absolutely. Yes. Very, very much so. What other VIP tips? Oh, take advantage of those people dryers. Those are a lot of fun. Definitely.
You were mentioning bringing a towel or something. All of our gift shops or retail locations around those rides, they offer towels for purchase.
Yes.
They offer, some of them I think offer bathing suits for purchase.
Yes. Certainly board shorts or tankinis.
Ponchos.
Yes.
I see a lot of people try to poncho up.
Trying to do it. It works for some people. Oh, those waterproof phone pouches.
Oh, yes.
As well.
Yes.
That's a great purchase.
I was looking I have like a little waterproof bag today. I couldn't find it.
I know. We should have done that.
Put all your stuff in.
Got to be more prepared next time. Another really great VIP tip that I have is a lot of these water rides are very camera worthy. Now, not on the attraction, but as a spectator.
I see what you mean.
You can be the photo taker. Right outside Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls is a bridge.
Yes.
And it is like the most picturesque, beautiful picture right there. I mean, you can get their reactions coming down. Reactions.
And then you can see them after they come under the bridge.
Like a yell or something.
Coming around.
Yeah, definitely. On the other side of the bridge, they're right under it. So that's a really great place to stand. Also, out of Jurassic Park River Adventure, right outside that 85-foot drop, as soon as they've been face-to-face with the big T-Rex, as soon as they land at the bottom, they probably can't see you, but you can definitely see them and take a great photo.
So be forewarned, that is quite the splash zone.
Yes, it is.
Especially right next to Jurassic Park River Adventure. And you'll see what we mean.
Definitely. I
You'll
would
see
say
where the water splashes if you're trying to avoid it.
ponchos encouraged in that area. Or just, go for it.
You know what you reminded me of? And I was thinking of it this morning. There are so many cool vantage points. And again, on Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges.
Yeah.
There's all these places kind of around the land and even in some of the neighboring islands.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of see into the ride. Because a lot of the ride's action takes place close to the lagoon.
Yeah, well,
in
and
the middle
also
of the park.
in and amongst the queue line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were smelling those delicious smelling hamburgers.
Oh my gosh.
From Wimpy's,
We
right?
didn't even mention the food near the water rides.
You can eat the hamburger and you're seeing the barges going right under you, under the bridge. And second only to being on the ride is watching people on the ride and watching them get splashed.
Definitely. That's part of the fun for sure. Any other VIP tips?
We've mentioned them a bunch, but those lockers are available to rent while you're on the ride.
Yes.
If you do have something that you definitely want to secure away
Good idea.
and not get it wet.
Good idea. Namely your towel.
What? Yeah.
That's not very useful.
What
if it's
gets
already
wetter
wet.
the more it dries?
A towel.
There's a little riddle for you
David.
that we already knew the answer to
You're
because you
pretty
just
cool.
said it.
I loved it. So that's it, fam. We walked you through Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges, Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls, and Jurassic Park River Adventure. Next time you make your way to Universal Orlando Resort, definitely high on our list to experience those water rides, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Let's take one more trip to the splash zone with a Take 5 Rewind.
Number 1, we enjoyed 3 amazing water rides at Universal Islands of Adventure. Of course, in Jurassic Park, we have Jurassic Park River Adventure, and over in Toon Lagoon, the extra splashy ones, Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls and Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges.
Number 2, these attractions are family friendly. The height requirements are 42 inches for Jurassic Park River Adventure and Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat Barges, and 44 inches for Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls. There are extra excitement like the child swap is available, Express Pass is available, and those lockers are available for purchase if you do have valuables that you want to store in there. But luckily, all 3 of those rides, you are welcome to bring some of your bags on with you.
Number 3, take my favorite VIP tip and consider a staycation at a hotel to maybe enjoy a break in the middle of the day, maybe have a home base to change and freshen up if you're enjoying our very soak-tastic water rides.
Number 4, definitely use that official Universal mobile app to check the wait times for those water rides. Especially during the summer, they typically have a lot of lines. So you're going to want to check that and plan to do those rides during the day. Bring extra clothes, waterproof shoes, a towel. Maybe you can ride during the hottest part of your day. Those would be some of my VIP tips to prepare to enjoy those attractions most thoroughly.
And number 5, say it with me, Carrie. You will get wet.
Yes. There
Need
to
we say
varying
more?
degrees.
Did we not make that clear
Yes.
during this episode?
At some point on these 3 attractions, there will be water on you. So prepare for that.
And enjoy it.
Definitely.
Enjoy it, because we had a water blast today.
We rocked it.
Today was so much fun.
So much fun. As
Thank
always,
you, guys.
Thank you to our executive producer, Michelle. Thank you to our sound engineer, Art. And thank you, David, for being my magically splash-tastic co-host.
I don't think I'll ever be dry again.
To learn more about Universal Parks and Resorts, head to our show notes for links to our Discover Universal blog for a more in-depth look around our destination. While you're there, sign up to receive emails that will include articles, videos, and this podcast delivered right to your inbox to prepare for your next vacation. If you liked what you heard, leave us a review and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.